Good morning guys, welcome back to the channel and another driving video. And today I just want to start off by first of all saying thank you again to the increased number of subscribers and the amount of support that I've been getting recently for the channel. I am currently recording a series of videos which I shall tell you more about in a following video. I know I've not uploaded a great deal for a while, but it is because, like I say, I am recording a new series, and I'm trying to, rather than just record them and upload them, I'm trying to edit them a bit first and make them a bit more professional before I upload them. So I'm playing around with some photo editing software, not photo editing, video editing software that I've got. So once I've got into that a little bit more and I get into a bit more of a routine, there will be some more regular updates coming, so please stay tuned for that. Sorry, I've got a little bit of a frog in my throat this morning. It's not COVID, don't worry, but I've got a little bit of a frog in my throat. Losing my voice yesterday. But anyway, yeah, a little bit of an update on Orwin, because I know some people might be wondering, where is Orwin? I've not been driving Orwin for ages, because all my videos previously were done mostly with me driving Orwin about, whereas recently I've been driving my my daily driver Astra twin top. So a little bit of an update on Orwin. So basically, for anybody who doesn't know, Orwin is my gold 1984 Mark II Cavalier GL hatchback. If you just go and look back on the channel, you'll see loads and loads of videos of Orwin. He's probably the most videoed car on the channel, and he's probably the most famous of all my cars that I own. People know of Orwin all over the place, all over the world, literally. But yeah, Orwin was my daily driver because I wanted a retro driver that I could use every day without feeling worried about it getting mucky and whatever else, because I don't like using Sylvia all year round, because I like to keep Sylvia, that's my silver saloon, I like to keep her clean, and I hate getting inside with wet feet and getting the carpets wet and the interior getting dirty and grubby, and that's unfortunately what happens when you use a car as a daily car. So I don't want to use Sylvia as a daily car, even though I could, and I have done in the past. I don't want to, so that's what I bought Orwin for. One of the reasons, anyway. I bought Orwin because I wanted him for years. My mate Andy built him, and I've been pestering for years for him to sell him to me. But yeah, so he had been my daily driver, but I've allowed the MOT to run out because I just ran out of time to do a few little jobs on him before the MOT was due. So unfortunately the MOT ran out, and now it's the time of year where I really don't want to be laid on my back underneath the car doing work on the car. It's now January, it's 3 degrees this morning, it has been colder. I've got snow on some of the cars on my driveway. It's obviously snowed these last few days, and it's not melted, only a little bit, only a little sprinkle, but it gives you an idea of how cold it is. And I don't really fancy laying on my back underneath my car working on it at this time of year, because he's not in the garage or anything, so he's outside. And yeah, so he has got a little bit forgotten about until the weather starts to warm up. Once the weather starts to warm up a little bit, I will be getting some work done on him and get him re-MOT'd and get using him again. Things that I know about that need doing, there's one little patch of welding that I know needs doing on one little bit of a chassis leg at the rear. There's one little tiny hole that I spotted when I was doing some work on him last summer. There's also the steering rack gaiters, the inner gaiters, both of them are split a little bit, so I know that they need doing. Try to think if there's anything else that I know about. There's possibly a bush on the near side swing arm that might need doing. There was a little bit of a little bit of an issue of him pulling to one side slightly, so that might possibly need looking into. Other than that, hopefully he'll not need much else, and he'll fly through an MOT again, because I managed to get him through MOT okay last time round. So fingers crossed that'll be the case, but I'll obviously keep you updated as time goes on, as time progresses. I'll obviously keep you updated. In terms of other cars, well, Sylvia's still on the road. She's still taxed, she's still insured. I've just been avoiding driving her just because of the roads being covered in salt, and like I was saying, I could carry on using her as a daily driver, and I didn't really need to buy this Astra twin top. I could have just carried on using Sylvia, but as I say, I don't like using Sylvia in the bad weather, and it's more the salt on the road that's the problem, because how it just eats into the paintwork and eats into your metalwork and eats into all the steering components and chassis components and suspension and everything, and you just end up with everything covered in surface rust. And you know, when you've got a nice condition classic retro car, you want to try and keep it nice, and that was the whole point of me getting Orwin, because Orwin, being a ratty, you know, a rat looking car, it don't really hurt him to use him all year round, you know what I mean? So but Sylvia, I don't want to be using her in this bad weather. So yeah, so Sylvia's still on the road. I ain't taken her out for a drive for a while actually. I'm kind of waiting for a day when the roads are dry and it's you know, nice decent weather, and I'll take her out for a drive, and I'll do a fresh driving video for you guys, and I'll upload it to the channel. But yeah, for now I'm driving the Astra. You might notice the fans on loud in the background. I have mentioned in a previous video that I do need a new fan speed controller, because it's decided to only work on speed number 4. So I'm having to have the fan on full whack all the time whenever I want the fan on. And obviously when it's 3 degrees C, you want the fan on for the heater anyway. I also need to sort the exhaust, because it's got an exhaust hanger on the middle of the exhaust, and the exhaust is separated away from the hanger, so it's got a bit of a leak where that is, and that's why the exhaust sounds a bit louder and a bit fruitier than it should. It's actually been like it for weeks, even 2, maybe 3 months, but I just ain't got around to doing it. Because it's not like the exhaust is going to drop off, because the exhaust actually sits on top of the hanger, so the hanger goes underneath it, so the exhaust can't drop anywhere. But as I say, I just haven't got around to doing it yet. No other updates on anything else really. Trevor, I'm still trying to sort some cosmetic stuff on Trevor before I get him up for sale. I have been umming and ahhing whether to keep him or whether to sell him, or keep him or sell him, or keep him or sell him. You know, it changes almost daily, but I think I'm going to have to just accept the fact that I am going to have to sell him, because I want my driveway back, I want the space, and I want the cash as well. I want some money so I can invest that into my other cars. You know, it seems daft Trevor being sat there not being used. It's like the Vectra. You know, I've got this Vectra GSI, and I know that if I keep it a few years more, it could be a good investment, and it could be worth more money in years to come. But the problem is, it's just going to be sat there, not being used until the point at which it's actually worth anything. But in the meantime, it's just deteriorating and not really, you know, being of any benefit to me. So I think to myself, am I better off selling it now to somebody who's an enthusiast who can actually get it restored and get it back on the road and get it used? But then I also worry that the person who buys it isn't going to be like me. That the person who buys it is going to think to themselves, it's too much work, it's not worth doing, and ends up just breaking it for parts, and then that's another one that gets lost. That's another one that vanishes, you know, to the great graveyard in the sky. Whereas if I keep it, at least I know that it's still alive. At least I know that it's not scrapped. At least I know that it's not broken for bits. At least I know that it's, you know, safe from being broken. I know sometimes people think I'm daft for, you know, the fact that I've got all these cars that I'm not using and not doing anything with, but at least I'm keeping them alive. At least I'm keeping them in one piece, because, you know, that's always been my worry, that if I sell any of them, they're just going to end up getting broken by whoever buys them. They're just going to end up getting broken by whoever buys them, and that's why, you know, I decide to keep them, because I've had it happen before in the past where I've sold a car and then the person I've sold it to has not cared for the car in the same way as me, and they've not looked after it in the same way that I've looked after it, and they've not kept it alive. And when I've done reg checks on them, they've not been MOT'd and they've not been taxed. And I've HPI'd a couple and found out that they've been scrapped, or, you know, whatever. So at least by me keeping them, alright, they're not doing a great deal, just sat on my driveway, but at least I'm keeping them alive. At least I'm not scrapping them. So anyway, there you go. No other project updates. I've not done a thing on the Nova. I've not done anything on my Cavalier convertible. I've not touched the Manta. Again, this time of year it's too cold. It's cold enough being at work. We aren't coming home and, you know, doing stuff in the dark. Because obviously, you know, it's winter time. It's dark here in the UK by about 5 o'clock. We have passed the shortest day now, at least, though, and we're heading back towards the lighter nights. So as these next couple of months come, we will have a bit more daylight in an evening, and I will be able to start getting little jobs done. And as we head into the spring, we will have slightly warmer weather, and I'll feel a bit more motivated to get some things done. I was actually going to try and get me Cavalier convertible sorted over the winter, but me and my girlfriend have decided that she's going to move in with me later this year, in about August, end of July, August time, which has now, you know, changed my priorities a little bit. So a lot of the time when I'm at my house, I'm actually going to be spent getting the house ready, getting rooms decorated and things ready for her moving in. So that's also going to slow down progress on some of my restoration projects, because, as I said, time's going to be spent doing other jobs around the house and what have you. But there we go. That's just what happens, isn't it? You know, you have all these good intentions, all these projects that you want to do work on, but then life priorities change, and you end up doing other things which are more important. And that's been the case for the last several years, if I'm honest. That's one of the reasons why I've got so many cars which are unfinished, because I buy projects and then I end up not getting them done because of life getting in the way. But that's just the way things are sometimes. That light was still amber, by the way. It was definitely still amber, if anybody wonders. This is my drive to work, for anybody who's not seen my drive to work before. It's not a bad drive. It's a shorter drive when I go from my girlfriend's house, but yeah, I'm going from my house today. Oh, it's 4 degrees now. It's got lovely and warm, really nice. So anyway then, guys, yeah, so as I've mentioned, I am recording a new series. I'm not going to say anything about it in this video, because I have got another video on its way which will have a full introduction to what the series is all about. But it is going to be like a proper series where I do an episode, I upload it, a week later I upload another episode, a week later I upload another episode, so that it's something that's actually you know, there as a regular thing for you guys to hopefully look forward to watching. And as I say, I'm going to try and get a proper decent camera. I do all these videos just on my older iPhone 6S. You know, it's an ancient phone, but it does the job. And I just have it attached to my windscreen on my phone holder, which I did a review of a few months back. And so far, to be honest, it's absolutely spot on. I've done all these videos using it, and it's been perfect. So You know, I did do the little review of it. It was only like £4.75 or something ridiculously cheap off eBay, and it's been absolutely perfect in the time that I've had it so far, touch wood. So there you go. Anyway guys, as always, thanks a lot for watching. If you're new to the channel, thanks again, you know, for watching. Please consider subscribing. I have got a lot of videos to come. I'll be doing more driving videos like this where I'm just talking, but I am going to start doing some better videos actually showing you the cars as I'm doing the work on them. I'm going to try and get a tripod so I can actually have a camera sat on a tripod so I can video myself while I'm doing jobs, and you know, so I can show you what I'm doing and show you the work I'm actually doing. And as I said, playing around with video editing software so that I can do some better quality production. So anyway guys, try again. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you next time. Cheers guys, bye.